Hello, my name is Jason Sisk, and I'm the annual giving coordinator at the Delta Chi Educational Foundation. And we are here today with Brother John Ziegler from the Louisiana Tech chapter. John, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Sure thing.
And we're just going to talk to you today a little bit about your experience in Delta Chi and why you give back and why you spend some time. In the past, you've been a regent for Region 3. You are on the Delta Chi Educational Foundation Board of Directors. You're currently the treasurer. And John is also a new founder, meaning he's donated over $100,000 to the Delta Chi Educational Foundation. So thank you so much for that. So tell us a little bit about your experience in Delta Chi, John. Who brought you in? Why did you decide to join Delta Chi?
It's funny. Nobody with a Greek background in my family. I knew one other person when I went to school. He was my roommate. Nice guy, but I went to a high school with 49 people. And my dad wanted me to get out and meet new people because he knew that if I didn't, I would stay in my dorm room and study. And I'm probably still not the most outgoing person, a little bit introverted, but he wanted me to get out of my shell, and he encouraged me to go through Fraternity Rush. And so I signed up to do it because my dad asked me to do it, and not thinking I would join. And that was a pretty formal process. So when I got to the Delta Chi house the first day, I talked to a guy named Joey D'Antoni for about 25 minutes. Okay. Didn't talk anything about fraternity or anything. He just got to know me, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go back and talk to those guys again. And by the end of the week, I met some other brothers, Matt Claflin, Jay Hissong, can name a lot of them, then decided to join. Sure. And one of the best things I've ever done. Gave me chances and opportunities to lead. I lived in the house for 3 of my 4 years there, and you really get to work with your peers and lead your peers, which is not easy in the college environment. So just for life lessons and skills, you learn some management. I'd say peer-to-peer management and some things that you can't really get anywhere else, which is invaluable, which I've found to be. It's served me well ever since. Sure.
And you're currently in the oil field industry, and you are a manager of men now. And so how did your Delta Chi experience, you mentioned multiple opportunities, what type of leadership did you have while you were at school?
I served as a Chapter E. About 2 months after getting initiated, there was a special election for the E, and I got nominated not thinking that I would get it, and then found out that I kind of got, I don't know if I got railroaded into it or not, but yeah, it was great. The chapter was, we weren't very big at the time, but we had a very good structure in place. And it was laid out of what I needed to do, and then some creative things to do also. So I did that, and then served as the B and the A before during my time in school. So nice. Enjoyed the heck out of it.
Absolutely. And B and A as well as E are very difficult positions if you don't have the right support, and if you don't have the right skill set, you have to learn it on the fly. So those are great leadership opportunities, and those led to you wanting to stay involved on the international level. So tell us a little bit about after school, how you involved with Delta Chi.
Yeah, I stayed in and around school for the better part of about 8 years, or I guess 10 years from the time I got to school, but went back for a few degrees. But it was just a bit of an expectation. I really enjoyed it, and had some great examples before me. The House Corporation, when I was an undergraduate in my first few years at being a graduate, they were older gentlemen in their 70s plus, and a couple of alumni initiates and a few from other schools that really set the tone of how things were supposed to be. Alvin Kessler, basically my Delta Chi hero, was our treasurer for the House Corporation for years, and one of the driving forces of the chapter being founded when I was probably still in kindergarten. Wow. He really set a good example, and I wanted to, I think a lot of us wanted to, emulate that and kind of keep that going, and sure. Just really to give back. I got a lot out of it, and I know a lot of other brothers locally did. So that's why I wanted to stay involved.
That's great, and so that led you to joining staff for the Delta Chi for the Delta Chi fraternity. Yep. As a leadership consultant. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to apply for that.
Honestly, I had gotten my MBA in 2003 and applied for a ton of jobs and got none of them, and was working as a map clerk, making $8 an hour with an MBA. Okay. So a little bit because I had nothing else to do, honestly. But I also love Delta Chi, sure. And it was a good chance to A, get out of living with my grandmother as a 23-year-old, it's pretty depressing, and B, also a chance to serve the fraternity, travel the country, meet some great people. There's some Delta guys I served on staff with, and a few years before and after me that, we text each other every day. We know what we're doing in each other's lives. We stay in touch, and great friendships, and maybe I got to help a chapter or colony or two for my year of service,
Sure.
and just enjoyed it. Made some friendships that still last.
That's fantastic. And so you went from you've now been regent. You've also been a staff member for a couple of years there, and now you are serving in your role as the treasurer for the Delta Chi Educational Foundation on its board of directors. So tell us a little bit about the foundation, what you do for us, and why you decided to join.
I was approached in 2015 to be on the foundation, and it's great. I enjoyed it. I live out in California now. There's no chapters very close to me. I work a lot and have some young kids, so this is my way of being able to stay involved when I don't have the time, or resources to do it on a local chapter level. And as the treasurer, just getting to help out, make sure that we have a budget that balances, that we're spending our money wisely, and trying to do as much as we can for the betterment of the Brotherhood, for individual chapters, and the general fraternity for educational purposes.
That's fantastic. And along with your donation of your time and your talent to the Delta Chi Educational Foundation, you're also a big proponent of everyone working together to raise money for the foundation while also giving your own treasure. You've been a fantastic supporter of the foundation in asking others to join you in giving. Why is it so important to give to the foundation?
Leave it better than you found it is the way I was brought up. I was in the Scouts, and that was always the thing. You want to leave something better than you found it, and give to some other people. I want people to have the experience that I had. I would go back and do it all over again. And if people are having the experience I had or some semblance of that, and the foundation can help that, or is some sort of means to enable brothers to have that experience, then I'm all in.
There you go. Fantastic. Well, John, we greatly appreciate you joining us today and spending a little bit of time with us today. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing?
Enjoy the heck out of it. If you're an undergrad, it goes fast. If you're an alumnus, stay involved. There are plenty of ways to do it. And life's short. Support the fraternity, and that's it.
Thank you, John. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jason.